Meghan have been left quaking by this royal news. Some might say a royal revolution. But as ever, what is it? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have your company today, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me on a windy London. Yes, suddenly becoming all autumnal, you know, the sort of day where you think, I wish I'd have brought a coat out, you know, that sort of thing. You sound really old-fashioned when you say stuff like that, don't you? But you know what it's like, you step out and you think, nice bright sunny day. 10 minutes up the road you think, oh no, it's a bit chilly, I know. And what we're going to do with the cost of living crisis, eh? Heating, oh, let's not go there, eh? Let's as ever get back to your breaking royal story of the day. Many people are actually claiming that this could be something of a royal revolution. This really all centres upon the fact that Harry and Meghan, as you know, were really very, how shall we say, fighting the plans about their titles. I mean, as we've said to you before here on the show, titles are really vital for ex-royals, particularly when you're Harry and Meghan, and particularly in the climate of where they are in the United States of America. Of course, the Americans love a title, they love royalty, and you know, as does most of the world, it has a cachet, doesn't it? As of course our late monarch Queen Elizabeth II worked out. But now, really what's interesting is the Queen of Denmark, Marguerite, has dramatically, some might say, stripped 4 of her grandchildren's titles, basically claiming that they could, you know, obviously start out and be independent, create their own wealth, create their own lives. Now, as you can imagine, this was met with a lot of, well, rage, shall we say, from people over in Denmark, and it's now filtered over here because, as you know, all royal families in many ways are simply connected. What I like about this particular story, though, is it really does say the future of royals around the world. As we know, our brand new king, His Majesty King Charles III, has openly spoken about slimming down the monarchy, making it more sustainable as they move forward. And he knows himself that really, you know, the age of deference is over. People are not necessarily that keen to be that deferential to certain members of the monarchy. And as we've also seen with Catherine and William, you know, they prefer to be called now Catherine and William, you know, when they're out and about. I'm not so sure. I think this sort of enigma of royalty really works well because of that, you know, because people are respectful, curtsying and calling him sir and stuff. I quite like that. I think it makes it rather special. Senior sources within the royal family have told me that Harry and Meghan are indeed rather worried about this brand new trend. It is the sort of thing that could start a trend because obviously if they see it working very successfully for one royal family, albeit European as it were, then of course it could easily transcend over here into the British monarchy. Now, as we've seen recently on the sad funeral of our late monarch, you know, we looked resplendent with our full monarchy in uniforms, all looking great, and it's a wonderful ambassador around the world. But what we did see standing out very dramatically was, of course, the former royal known as Prince Harry, simply in a mourning suit, who didn't necessarily have the cachet. And according to a very good source, both he and Meghan really pinpointed that point when they got back home and realised that really, obviously the point where Harry turns up in his uniform, looking the part of a royal, is the image that they need to sell. But now, truly, is it all too late? And has Queen Marguerite really started something of a royal revolution? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.